In a world with way too many podcasts comes Japtalion and This Guy, the podcast to end all podcasts. With some pieced together recording equipment, a couple loosely informed topics, and a coin, these three friends set out to forever change the next hour of your life.
Japtalion and This Guy is solely for entertainment purposes. Joseph, Eric, and Morgan are not professional researchers, investigators, or gynecologists. Not suitable for children. Welcome back to another episode of Japtalion and This Guy. I'm Morgan.
I'm Joseph.
And I am Eric.
So what we do here is we bullshit, talk a little bit, and then we flip a coin, and somebody that was involved in the coin toss does a topic, and they get picked on. Their topic is made fun of, and everyone laughs. That's what we do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
If you came here looking for the topic that is expressed in our title, you made a big mistake.
Yeah. You better put some coffee on. It's going to be a minute. Yeah.
Oh, man. So our weeks. Eric, how was your week this week?
All right. We had some family over this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
A funny thing happened that I wanted to mention. So they were over, and this person in my family kept low-key insulting me. So I kept texting it to Annie, who was sitting next to me on the couch. I got fat-shamed. Hold on, I got to pull my...
You got notes, don't you?
Well, I was texting. I got low-key fat-shamed.
Oh, man.
Like, I sat down. When I sat down, I was like, oh, my back. The person's like, yeah, that's what happens when you get that size stomach. And they were just like looking at my stomach. It's like, wow.
Whoa, what a dick.
Yeah.
Fat shamed, you've just been fat shamed.
It wasn't even that low key.
That doesn't sound low key.
Oh, and then I got called childish. Somebody bought me a children's gift. And then they were like, what seemed like something you would like? It's literally a gift for a child. Like a child. Like a 7-year-old.
Like a fucking one of those phones you pull and the eyeballs spin and then you pick it up.
Not quite. I don't want to say what it is, but they were like, well, it looked like something that you would be into.
Oh, wow.
Texted Annie.
I could see that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. That's exciting.
But, I actually found it funny. I didn't take it as insulting. It was more just the humor of it happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Positive spin on it. And then you played with the toy and
Yeah.
you're totally
Sat in
distracted
the
for like
floor,
an hour.
Sucked my thumb till I took a nap.
Got in the little jumper and you were playing with the lights and the
Yeah.
little ball that spins with the other balls inside of it.
Even pooped your pants.
Yeah. Ate food out of my ginormous belly button. It's gross.
Be like
Jesus.
a cereal bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Man, that disturbs me when I'm looking for regular everyday guy porn and I'll see like a pic of
Here
a
we go.
lady with like a cereal in her ass. Like, yep, y'all never came across that? They'll put like some container in the person's ass.
And then they
pour
shoot
milk.
it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and cereal, and then it like comes out. And I'm like, I just want regular. I just want two people fucking.
I thought you were going to say regular bowl of cereal.
Yeah, or a regular bowl of cereal. I don't go on Pornhub to learn how to eat cereal, but
How to eat cereal.
yeah.
Kind of curious what that would bring up on Google.
Open the gap.
That's all I got.
Oh, man, that was great. Joseph, how about your week? How was that?
It was all right, just, ride share stuff. A lot of drunk people.
You can't just come in
I'm
here
working
and
on
just
a list.
generically say ride share stuff.
I like what you
Lyft
told
and
me.
Uber.
I like what you
No,
told me about people in your car door.
Yeah, I'm working on a list, if you want to hear it,
Oh,
of things I've
fuck
learned
yeah.
from doing rideshare.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Or things
A
about
list
rideshare.
from Joseph.
Joseph list. Joseph likes lists.
Ad sting.
Joseph likes list, likes me. He enlist, oh he likes list, though whose list? You're on those lists. Joseph likes making list of shit. He's judging you harshly.
Okay, most people smell like weed and alcohol and fast food,
And fast food.
but they mostly smell like weed.
That's the most common thing when they come in.
Yeah, they smell like weed. Most people that get in smell like weed, especially with Lyft. More so with Lyft.
I'll buy that.
I think weed's smellier nowadays than it used to be.
That might be too. Last night at the Sublime show, I could taste it. I couldn't see anybody smoking it, but it was like somebody was smoking it right next to me. Okay,
I can
go.
smell it on my motorcycle when I'm on the interstate.
Well,
It's fucking
like
nuts.
I don't think the type of like what we used to call like maybe dirt weed or just
Swag
like
or something.
Yeah,
Dirt
swag.
weed, the Mexican
I don't even
ditch
know
weed.
that that's around anymore. What we used to call kind bud is now just weed now, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And I knew that stuff. I used to just take like one toke of it and I would be blown.
Yeah.
You know?
The tie stick,
Blown.
the red hair scents, skunk.
Yeah. The purple urple, we would call it sometimes because it would kind of look like it had little purple hairs in it.
Northern Lights, Purple Haze, all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You fucking
We all dating ourselves now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, to people who've smoked marijuana
Back in the 80s.
enough to know 30 nicknames for it.
but just yeah, I was gonna say just the good stuff, but we also did the skunk, dirt, fucking swag.
I once literally found a bag of weed when I was weed eating for a landscape company that had like been out in the rain and shit. It was a bag someone must have tossed
Yeah.
and went home and smoked it to no effect.
It didn't help at all. Did nothing
Well,
to
it
you.
did nothing to
Yeah.
me. Who
Yeah.
knows how long it had been out in the weather? I
Wow.
guess it washed it all away, but it was marijuana. It had seeds in it and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, in Kansas, they had ditch weed that like literally grew in the ditches along the
From
farm
people
fields
throwing
and
their
stuff.
shit out.
Chunking their shit. Wow.
I've heard about sewer weed from people
Yeah.
flushing it down the toilet and stuff.
So
yeah.
we'll put a trigger warning on this episode for some of our friends.
God.
Sorry.
Okay, so they smell like weed, alcohol, and fast food.
Yeah, there's more day drinking going on than I had originally thought before I started doing this. I pick up a lot of people who are just drunk in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
What, dude? We could have made a whole episode out of asking you questions about this. What
No
age
shit.
do you get? A common age? Is it younger people? Do older people typically ride share? What's been your experience with that? All over the board?
It's mostly people in their maybe mid or early 20s, I think.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
get people who seem pretty young. I don't check their ID, although I think I'm supposed to.
Uh-huh.
And I get some people who are really old. They're the worst.
Are they? Why? I mean, I know why old people are the worst to me, but
When Morgan talks about not liking old people, it hurts my feelings. Doesn't he see me sitting next to him, growing gray hairs, getting wrinkled? Oh, God.
Well, often I'm picking them up from facilities, and they have like
Oh yeah.
equipment with wheels and stuff on it that need to be dealt with. And
yeah, you didn't
they're
mention
like
that smell
overweight,
either.
and they're whole. People are loading them in my vehicle. I'm like, I feel like I'm underqualified to handle this situation. I'm not a fucking paramedic.
Yeah.
I'm like a
Yeah.
carpenter who doesn't want to do carpentry anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't want to pick up heavy things, including people.
Oh shit! I think you've told that story before. Yeah, about that
I'm
person.
gonna
Fuck
make you
that.
like one of those things you put on your window, not that sticks on there, but just clings to it. That says, "I'm a carpenter, but I'm not Jesus." Don't look for compassion over here. Just get in the fucking car.
Yeah, some of the people, it's like, dude last night was having a hard time getting out of the vehicle. It took him a long time to get in, took him a long time to get
Old
out. 'Cause
guy?
he had like bum legs or something. And he's like getting out. I got running boards because it's a pickup truck. He's on the running boards, puts both his feet on the running boards. I'm not sure why he did this. I think he thought he was on the ground. And then he started getting out and moving forward and just started falling because he wasn't on the ground. He was on a running board, and it's only like 8 inches wide. And he like skipped down off of it onto the pavement, and thankfully didn't fall. But I was like, my fucking heart jumped, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck am I
no
gonna
shit.
do? I mean,
Yeah.
if he falls down and hits his head and gets knocked out,
You just drive off, right?
I'd take his wallet. He's an old dude. He probably carries cash.
Well, that kind of reminded me of something that I think you'd like. Some dude had a like a TikTok or something of 3 weird items he had in his house, and one was it looked like a stack of cash, but it was printed as if it was on like Grand Theft Auto, so it looked all digitized.
Oh, cool.
Like it didn't actually look like a dollar bill. It
Yeah.
looked like the glowing stacks of money that happen when you beat
Oh,
a
from
prostitute after she gets your work
GTA
done.
3 or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Next item on the list.
A creepy grin on your face.
People are terrible at giving directions. Like they're terrible at communicating, and they're terrible at giving directions. They don't speak loud enough. They say they want you to turn left, but they'll say right up here, meaning it's
Oh yeah.
close,
Directly up
not
here.
to the right.
Right.
Well, I have a question. Every time I've ever ridden Uber, they have GPS, and I don't have to direct them at all.
You don't have to direct them at all.
So you
But
don't
some
have to
people
be.
do.
I got
That's another one on here.
Okay, I got you.
That's military people love to tell me what lane to drive in and what route to take. I don't know why. It's on the GPS. They can see the GPS. So
And
when
they'll
there's a
say,
left
"Get
coming
in the
up,
left lane.
yeah, they know that I know, and the computer know. We all know. There's no need to say anything.
I think you mentioned that you'd gotten somebody like that before, and you were talking, and then they started shooting directions at you, so you just shut up
Yeah,
and you didn't talk anymore.
yeah, because
I get
every
it.
once in a while they'll be like, take this route instead of that route, and I'm okay with that because, as long as it doesn't get too crazy.
I like what you said about people. They get in your car or your truck and they slam the door and then they apologize. But then when they leave the truck, they slam the door again.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be funny if you just, when they came in and slammed it, just immediately were like, don't apologize because you're going to do it again. It just, that's how you start y'all's relationship. It's just,
They totally do. Like, they slam those fucking doors. I'm hoping it's because it's a pickup truck and they think you're
It's a
supposed
heavy-
to do that.
yeah.
The doors on that truck are really light.
Yeah.
Like there's this. The other night there was this little college girl. She was, I don't know, maybe 90 pounds. She was tiny and petite and little. She slammed that fucking door so hard. Like the door probably weighed more than she did. And a lot of times, I'm doing a lot of college kids lately, and so they're fucking drunk as shit. They're like,
Sorry, you said you were doing a lot of college kids lately.
no, I ain't doing that.
And that puts boys and girls in my head too.
Let's be clear. I'm gonna be getting a camera
Oh yeah, you don't have one?
because I gotta, for my own protection. Because
oh, yeah.
I was driving like this dude like brought his date out or whatever or to the car. He
Uh-huh.
called her an Uber. I gave him a ride or her a ride. But he puts her in the vehicle. She's in the front seat for some reason. She's drunk as shit.
Yeah.
Too drunk. She needs to go home. I assume I was taking her home. I didn't ask.
Right.
But it was just me and her in the vehicle. I started thinking, I was like, if something happened to this person, like a roofie situation or something happened to them before they got in my vehicle or after I dropped them off,
Yeah.
and there might be some confusion as to like the details, I could get mixed up in that shit.
Yeah.
So I got to get a fucking camera.
Yeah,
next.
camera would be best. I had an ad come up on my Facebook for one that watches the road, watches the inside of the car.
Why did one come up on yours?
I fucking don't know, man.
Because I've been looking it up on my phone. That's what I was talking
Oh
about.
shit. So anyways, and it said that it also does GPS's, it has GPS that keeps up with the speed of your vehicle and all that shit. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, it documents all that shit, which is good. It's probably helpful if I get in an accident too.
Yeah.
You got more?
Yeah, I think I got 2 more. Let me see.
Let's hear them.
Yeah, military people slam car doors like they're mad at my car. And then, let's see, Lyft riders don't tip. They just pretty much don't tip. It's almost
Really?
100% don't tip.
Wow.
Uber riders tip a little bit, but mostly, for some reason, people just don't tip. I don't know what's up with that.
Wow.
Are
I'm
you
working on
supposed to get
a way to
tips?
get around that. Well,
Yeah.
you can get tips. Like on
Yeah.
the app, it's like send a tip or whatever.
Yeah, I always tip.
And people are always like, I'll tip you on the app. And then they don't. Which
Yeah.
irritating. It's like, just don't say anything. Just get out of my fucking truck so I can get down the road.
Yeah.
If you're not going to tip.
Yeah.
You know? So I've been researching some. I think I'm going to start putting like a thing from my Venmo in the back seat so they can tip there and like, you know, something that reminds people tip. Maybe
Oh yeah.
I accept cash.
You know, tattoo artists get like all kinds of creative stuff because they're artists, so they'll make something or they'll paint something, and it's like,
Yeah.
Picture Joseph and your finger just wags back
Yeah.
and forth where it goes,
yeah,
Don't
keep
forget to
saying it.
tip.
yeah.
Do not exit vehicle without tipping driver.
Or maybe I
Like a
could get
Jurassic Park guy.
I get a tattoo
Yeah.
on the back of my neck that says like, don't forget the tip.
Jesus, wow.
That might get
I bet you
misinterpreted.
would.
Okay. This is like a security thing. About half the people that get in my vehicle don't check. Like for myself, I'm supposed to check.
Oh, like who
Mostly
they
I do
are?
that because I want to get paid. But I get people that just get in the vehicle and I just take off.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're not checking. It's gone up a little bit since college started because college kids tend to check a little more.
Yeah.
But a lot of times they get in without checking. And a mistake they make, this is almost like a PSA right here. Like, say I'm a college kid, I'll walk up to the potential Uber and be like, is this an Uber for Joseph? And give them my name, which is like you're blowing the whole security system. I'm supposed to know
Yeah.
their name. They don't
Yeah.
need to tell me their name.
Yeah.
You know, if anything, they should question my name or something.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the girls tend to do better. They're like, who is this Uber for? They get kind of bossy too. It's weird.
Because
they're
they
tiny.
think you're the enemy.
Yeah, they think I'm the enemy, but I'm not.
That's a way to spin what Joseph usually says.
But that's, you know, that's pretty much what I got.
Huh.
You know,
Yeah.
just
Damn, that was interesting. That's cool. You had a list of that.
I've been working on it for a while.
Oh shit. Yeah. Damn.
Oh, and then there's a hurricane named Nicholas.
Right now,
Yeah.
is
It's
it spelled like your son's name?
No, not quite.
Oh, okay.
It just got me excited, and I saw how it was spelled, and I was like, lame. So that's what's been going on with me.
Oh yeah.
Morgasm?
Me, my week. We had trampoline park birthday party yesterday that we had to cancel it a few weeks ago for Landon. Well, reschedule it. So we rescheduled it and it happened to be like the weekend before Brian's birthday. So we just tried to combine them, but it mostly ended up being for Brian,
Yeah.
you know, but Landon had something. But man, I got to jump, and I was telling you guys before the show, I paid for 8 jumpers. There was like 5 or 6. So I was like, give me a pair of socks. Let me get out there on the trampoline and jump. I can jump on a fucking trampoline.
Is it weird that when you said 8 jumpers the first time, I thought suicide?
Yeah, that's where I went.
It was the first thing you're like, I paid for 8 jumpers. Like you're
Yeah.
paying to see 8 people jump off of a building.
That's
was what-
totally where I went
Yeah,
as soon as he said it.
Hey, I want to see 8 deaths. I paid good hard capitalist cash for this.
Wow.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
So I get out there, and like I was saying, they have, if you guys have never been to a trampoline park, they have the small, like, gymnastic trampolines in floor level and stuff, you know, so you go straight from the floor to a trampoline, and they'll have, like, a few of them set up in a row so you can jump from one to the next one and whatever.
Like a little frog?
And then like a little frog. Maybe that's how I should have jumped, because the way I jumped was it was improper. It was fucking painful. I was telling them before the show, you know, it's like my fucking vertebrae were just clapping. Fucking bone on bone with the fucking disc there. But yeah, I was in some pain. I jumped. I did that one, and then I went around to the foam pit, and I jumped in there, and it took me like 10 minutes to get out of that shit. the foam just holds you in, and
Yeah.
it's like pulling off those grip socks as you're trying to get out and stuff. It was fucking awful. Some dude walks by, he was like, "You need a hand?" And I was like, "Fuck out of here."
Like rolling over on your side and shit. Yeah.
That's the way. Yeah, that's what I told Brian. I was like, "We got to roll out of here." It was awful, and then I'm pouring sweat, and it's been like 3 minutes. Like I'm done. I'm like winded and shit.
Did your kids tease the shit out of you about it?
Nah, they're not bad about that.
Oh, they just tease me.
Yeah, they tease the shit out of you.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they missed you yesterday. They wanted you there.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, I didn't invite you.
Oh,
That's,
I get
that's
it.
why. Well, I didn't invite you either. You know.
Yeah.
I was trying
I
to
wouldn't
invite
have
people
jumped.
with kids.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have been jumping.
Right. Yeah. Not that Joseph doesn't have kids, but you know.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Anyways.
Awkward.
Got 2.
So and then last night I went to the Sublime with Rome concert and Dirty Heads. And for those who don't know, Sublime, you know, they lost the lead singer in '96. In like 2010 or something, they got a new lead singer back, Rome. And because the old lead singer, his wife owns merchandising and licensing and stuff for Sublime, she said they couldn't be Sublime. Like Alice in Chains got a new singer. They're still Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
But they couldn't be Sublime. So they're Sublime with Rome, which is fine. And Eric Wilson, the original bass players in, you know, and stuff. And it was great. It was fucking phenomenal. Great show. We were leaving and we were stuck in parking lot traffic. This place has one way in, one way out. That's it, you know.
Death trap.
Yeah. Yeah, but they've really got like 3 exits. They only open one. So there's like fucking drunk people. Like I forget what it's like to be around drunk people, you know.
Oh,
These
I know.
motherfuckers are standing up on cars, like on the roof of cars. This dude was standing up on the roof of the car and he was like waving his arms, and people are like grabbing, you know, if construction workers are there or something, like, "Hey, I got a orange vest in my truck, you know, hold on, let me get it." And then they start trying to direct traffic and cause an accident. And this dude fell off the roof of the fucking car.
Damn.
Like I just watched the whole thing in front of me. He went to get down, but then he fell and he landed on his feet, but then he also rolled and laid on his back for a minute. I was like, damn, that looks like that hurt. Oh, it was fucking ridiculous, man. I just drunk people.
I'm so glad I quit drinking.
I know. Yeah.
It's rough.
Even Dudley was saying that last night. Last night. He was like, man, I'm not used to being around people that have been drinking and stuff. This is fucking weird. And the weed smell was so intense. I woke up with it in my mustache this morning. You know, I could still smell that shit. It was fucking, oof.
Wow.
Yeah, strong. It was, you know, I'll say it smelled good. And I was like, that would be a great incense.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't ever want to smoke that shit again, you know. But it smelled like it'd be a great incense, like high
See,
school.
There's some stuff I can still romanticize, but alcohol is not one of them.
Yeah.
I've been around people who have been heavily intoxicated. Like when some people are a little intoxicated, whatever. But when people start acting like I used to act, which was, you know, I would get shit-faced fucking drunk, so I acted like a fool. I mean, you can't speak a complete sentence without, you know,
Yeah,
wandering off or making
yelling it.
logical sense or, yeah.
right.
They're fucking loud. Drunks are loud, dude.
Woo!
So that's my week. All right, you guys want
Nice.
to flip a coin? Mm-hmm. We'll flip a coin. This is between Joseph and Eric.
Nasty.
I'm gonna let Joseph call it.
Tails.
Coin flip. It is tails. Yes, it's the eagle side of a quarter. Y'all can't see
Is
it.
it? I can't really see. It kind of looks like the Statue of Liberty.
Okay, so it's Joseph. All right.
JoJo.
All right. Yeah. Numb our gums with this.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a drug reference.
What are we doing?
Oh, what did you say?
I said numb our gums. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. It said, never mind. It sounded like some kind of weird, like, word salad thing or something. It was like nonsense. It was like
salad.
total nonsense is what it sounded like to me. Now I know what you said.
Number comes.
Anyway, I found an interesting article about an advertising thing that's kind of, that they're working on that's got that kind of CIA mind control feel to it.
All right, CIA mind control coming up right after this. Well, hey there, y'all. It's your old pal Slow-Mo down here at Grampy's Trampolines and More Emporium. Bring kids on down to Grampy's. We got the trampolines, we got the foam cube pits to jump in, and we even got a designated area for you, the grown-ups. You ever notice when you bounce around with the youngins, well, your back ain't right for just a few weeks and your legs got you walking like a jitterbug? We got just the thing for you. An adult area with activities for grown folks.
Handrails.
That's right. Now you can grab a hold of a bar and keep balance while you walk.
Slightly inclined ramps.
They're only 10 degrees above completely flat, and don't you worry neither. They got plenty of tread so as if you fall, you don't bust your hind end. And when we say there's jumpers at this trampoline park, we don't mean the ones a bouncing.
Super high platforms.
Yep. And they got a 6-inch thick concrete pad at the bottom for the parents to just, well, you just can't take no more of this cruel, mean world. Call now and schedule an event. The first 8 jumpers are included in the package, and kids get the free grip socks, and adults get free Depends and replacement reading glasses. Ambulance on standby. And we're back from that. Here we are.
Yep, we
Back
made
at
it.
the show. And Joseph is going to tell us all about the CIA.
It's not necessarily, it's just a CIA-like thing.
Oh.
It's like a mind control type thing.
They already got it to me. I couldn't even say their fucking name.
You had a stroke. The CA. It stopped you halfway
fuck was
through
that?
it. Yeah, you just locked up.
That's from when they drilled in my head when I had COVID. They put that antenna in there. It fucked me up.
Have you checked to see if there's any scars up there?
I haven't. I've been wanting Brandy to see because I have since then ridden, like just riding around, I'll get this super fucking sharp pain right in the top of my head, and it's been super sensitive. I'm not even making this shit up. Dead serious. Of course, Eric's looking at me like, you idiot. There was nobody that drilled in your fucking head at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Don't let him shame you.
I never said a word, just so we're all clear.
I'm just saying, I got that whole idea from Eric. You brought it up with the frequency of light on that TV show. What was it? Invincible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How there may be a whole room full of people jacking off right now that we can't see because they're on a different frequency.
And they're just like sitting in here like, oh, he's about to say it and hit a button. The CEO.
It is interesting that cats have a 4th rod in their eye where we have 3 color rods. They have a 4th one. And, you know, cats react as if they see weird shit a lot. So maybe they are seeing weird shit that was not visible to us.
I believe they are.
I believe they are.
All right.
All right,
CIA stuff.
Mind melt.
All right, I found this. This is an article from The Guardian.
Oh.
It says The Guardian for 200 years. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe that's how long they've been around.
Sounds like a Marvel character, right? The Guardian.
The Guardian. I am the Guardian.
We just got word from the Guardian.
All right, it says nightmare scenario, alarm as advertisers seek to plug into our dreams. Okay, advertisers.
That's a scary
want
thought.
to plug into our dreams.
Into our dreams?
Yeah.
Tell all of your friends and family to listen to Japtalion and this guy.
When brewing giant Coors launched a new advertising campaign earlier this year, the format came as a surprise to many. This article is from July 5th, 2021. The company was planning to infiltrate people's dreams to get them to buy and presumably drink Coors beer. This is a scary thought if you're an addict.
Wow.
To me.
Wow.
This is
Yeah.
scary. Coors encouraged people to watch a short online video before bed, then play an 8-hour soundscape through the night. If successful, this targeted dream incubation would trigger refreshing dreams of Coors, according to the company.
Because we don't have enough alcoholism
Yeah,
in
or
this world.
advertising.
or advertising.
I'm gonna tell you, like the last episode we did, the obesity one. That's something Coca-Cola would probably jump on if they didn't create it and sell it to Coors. You know?
They may have.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches. It's unclear how many people took part in the dream manipulation. The top Google search results for Coors Dreams is currently the song Dreams performed by an Irish pop rock band, The Coors.
All participants have drank themselves to death by this point.
Experts warn that the Coors campaign is not just a gimmick and may have opened a door to a troubling future. And this is a quote, so we'll need a clever voice for this. Anyway, I'm not feeling it. Anyway,
Hello, my name is Bob Strickgold. I am a cognitive neuroscientist and professor of psychiatry at Harvard. This is my quote concerning Coors dream manipulation advertisements. They are trying to push an addictive drug on people who are naive to what is being done to them. I don't, forgive me, I don't know if it can get much worse than that.
which he believed could potentially be replicated by other companies.
I'm just gonna say, was that the end of the quote?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, if I don't drink, and if I was gonna drink, Coors would not be what the fuck I was gonna drink.
I would be really disappointed.
They
if
kind of
did
have
that.
to infiltrate your dreams in order to get you to drink that shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to say when I was at Midlands Tech, I had it was my psychology 201 class, which is like a kind of intro level psychology course. The guy that taught it, I believe his name was Dr. Pilkington, and he was he used to practice psychology. He was a psychologist. And he explained to us, to the best of my memory, that the ad agency thing, like that Mad Men was all about, where ad agencies really started to take off on Madison Avenue. Basically, the science of behavioral sciences and how to apply that to people had started to take off, and you could make more money as a psychological scientist working in advertising than you could
Working in psychology.
working in psychology in a lot of instances. So a lot of our advertising, I believe, was built up by using manipulative behaviors. Anyway, I mean, that's not just I believe, that's obviously true, but it's scary that it has such a close connection to scientists purposefully trying to manipulate us into buying more stuff.
That checks with me. When I took a contractor seminar before I got my license, the guy was kind of going over. He said, now, first of all, you guys should know that this test was not written by electricians. It wasn't written by teachers. It was written by psychologists in Las Vegas, Nevada. And, you know, in Las Vegas, Nevada, the psychologists there are all about thinking up ways to make you lose, you know?
Okay.
And
yeah.
he was like, so you got to think about that with this test. And it was the name of the company that writes contractors' tests is called PSI, you know, and it's like psychological something, whatever. But PSI is pressure, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So he was like, everything,
already
every
there,
part
yeah.
of this test is going to make you question whether or not you even know what the fuck you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, that's fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Just let me pass the test. Damn.
Yeah.
Just
Give
wanna
me a
feed
straight
my family.
question.
Well, even like grocery stores and lower entry stuff, like back in at least the 90s, were doing stuff like that, where when you would ask all these questions beforehand that didn't always make a lot of sense to your job, and they would say just answer honestly. They're like personality profiles, so they can get an idea if you'll make a good worker or not.
Lowe's used to have that.
Yeah.
I took one at Lowe's. Yeah.
So you would not make a good worker? Is that what they determined?
No,
or
I
did-
failed the drug test.
Oh,
They did.
I was
I drank
actually
all.
smoking crack when I did the thing.
Yeah, I drank all kinds of vinegar and water and flushed my system, and then they stuck a mouth swab in my fucking mouth.
You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave.
Yeah, pretty much.
all right. Strickland goes on to say, anything you could imagine an advertising campaign for at all could arguably be enhanced by weaponizing sleep.
Wow, weaponizing.
Strickgold was one of the co-authors of a recent open letter which sounded the alarm over companies using targeted dream incubation in June. The letter was signed by 35 sleep and dream researchers from around the world.
Around the world? Wow.
TDI advertising, that's targeted dream incubation advertising, is not some fun gimmick, but a slippery slope with real consequences, the letter warned. The potential for misuse of these technologies is as ominous as it is obvious. Concept of dream incubation, techniques employed during wakefulness to help a person dream about a specific topic, has been around for thousands of years, according to researchers.
Jesus.
So,
Have y'all ever watched Black Mirror? It was on Netflix.
I've watched it before. I
It's-
wasn't into it, but I've watched it. Yeah.
It was like what was that old show, the black and
Twilight
white,
Zone?
like Twilight Zone,
yes,
but in the
okay.
modern times. One of the episodes, there was a guy that liked a girl, was kind of the whole relationship thing undergoing it, but they all worked in this like factory where you rode bicycles to generate electricity, and it was made almost like a video game. But the shows you watched were like American Idol. So the one way to hit it big in this society was to go on one of those shows and become a star, because that's what all the workers watched anyways, right?
Yeah.
Well, this lady that the guy liked went to go on the show to become a certain thing, but what she ended up becoming was they were like, you're sexy, and they basically turned her into a porn star. So now he has to watch the love of his life doing porn, but the whole right, because it's like and it's not her
Whoa.
doing the porn, but it's the commercials for it, right? So there's nothing, like, it's all censored out, but she's like, oh yeah, baby, and doing the whole thing. But the scary thought was when his whole bedroom was TV walls, and when he closed his eyes on an advertisement, they knew you closed your eyes and you would have to pay credits to skip the advertisements. So if you hadn't paid credits or you didn't have credits to pay, you would have to literally keep your eyes open and
God.
watch the advertisements. You had no other choice.
dang.
Isn't that a scary thought?
Dude,
Like,
Black
you
Mirror
have
is
to
a fucked up show.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
some of them are stupid, but some of them are like really fucked up, especially when they go through their twists and stuff.
But they took the power of choice away from watching advertisements. I'd hate it. I pay more on stuff to take ads away.
That's what they're doing here with
Yeah.
the dream thing. We don't have control over
That
what goes
shit's
on in our
fucking
heads when we're
crazy.
dreaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
know?
Well, yeah, that's what it made me think of, is this takes that even a step further.
Yeah.
Yes. Some scary stuff.
Oof.
All right, so they had mentioned that this has been around for a long time. So I guess they give a historic example here. In the more recent past, Salvador Dali was given to the practice of holding a spoon while napping in an attempt to enhance his creativity. When Dali began to fall into a deeper slumber and hopefully dream, the spoon would drop from his hand on a pre-positioned dinner plate, waking him up in a state where he could remember the images and scenes he had briefly dreamt. He was kind of doing a dream manipulation thing too.
Salvador Dali?
Yeah, the surrealist artist.
Yeah.
I guess that's how maybe he got inspired for some of that shit.
Okay.
Over the past decade, research has shown that people's dreams can be more targeted and that humans can be highly susceptible to thoughts or ideas introduced while they sleep. A 2014 study found that smokers exposed to the smell of cigarettes and rotten eggs while they slept smoke 30% fewer cigarettes during the following week, while Strict Gold said other work had shown that racial bias can be reduced by targeted dream incubation.
And we never use it for the positive thing. They're not going
No.
to use it to
Reduce
decrease
racial bias.
racism. They're going to use
But-
it to increase.
But they'll use that
racial
little
tensions.
little bit of research. They'll say, you know, hey, we can do this in order to help people help move it along, so people will accept it and say, well, I mean, God, we could cure racism with this. Can you believe what it'll do? We should go ahead and allow it.
Right.
But they
Well, I
won't
mean,
do it.
One of the ultimate
You're like
examples
lobbyists.
of that was the we need to build this atom bomb to end the world, or to end the war, not the world.
Yeah.
But the obvious application of the bomb would end the world to the extreme that we took it. But what they used to argue was the very small positive benefit it may have compared to the bad effect that it may have.
White people. Am I right?
Am I right?
Go ahead, Joseph.
We are the whitest of the whites.
You ever think, what if some other, like, what if we just left indigenous people alone and over here, and they had 100, 200 more years to whatever, if they would start becoming self-destructive, or if it's unique to the European.
If they would have built boats and come over to Europe and been like, hey,
Or
what the
just-
fuck you doing over here?
Or yeah, we just left them alone for a while. Maybe they would have became super self-destructive, because we seem to be self-destructive, right? As a society.
I don't think they would have.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think it's like in their culture at the time. Although maybe we could link all this to like rise of Judeo-Christians religions and stuff, you know?
Made that sound like a horror film, The Rise of Judeo-Christians.
One could argue that it could be made into a horror movie pretty easily, especially like back when they were like killing heathens.
Yeah, because the connection with your place in the world to like nature and, you know, where I fit, you know, the passing of a year or whatever, I think probably makes people a little more chill about stuff.
Yeah.
I feel more chill when I think about it.
That was a far out tangent. I want to get back to what you were.
Okay. While much of the research so far has been aimed at positive results, scientists fear the threat of dream advertising is real, and in an increasingly wired world, it is not likely to be limited to willing participation. This is a quote. More Strict Gold. Something like 30 million people have these listening Alexa-type devices in their bedroom. Mm-hmm. And those devices can play anything they want whenever they want, and advertisers could buy advertising time they want played at 2:30 in the morning, Strict Gold said.
I expect that you're expecting a sting right now. You know, like the last time I did when Joseph quoted this guy. Truth is, I don't have it in me. It's a lot of extra work, you know? You got to script it out. Can't remember what you're saying. It's a whole deal, okay? So it's not going to happen. I don't know. Blame Joseph, you know? That's what I do when something goes wrong. Where's Joseph? Just blame him.
You could have this sort of 1984 situation where advertisers buy advertising time on these devices and nobody ever knows they're hearing them.
Remember when subliminal messages was like a big thing, and talking about like through like Kiss albums and Ozzy Osbourne albums and stuff?
Yeah.
Now it's an accepted thing.
Yeah.
Even
It doesn't seem
movies,
evil now.
like it talked about in Fight Club, or it had in Fight Club. In Fight Club, they spliced in an image of a guy's dick real quick. Did y'all know that?
No.
Because that's part of what
Morgan looked at a guy's dick.
Yeah, it's
I've seen that movie a bunch.
I believe it's
That's
it's,
why. We know why
Or
now.
they were doing it in the movie too. Like there was some scene about that right near the beginning, I think. But yeah, just an image so quick that you
It's
don't
like
perceive
one
it.
frame.
But
Yeah.
but it still sticks in your mind somehow.
Like, damn, I sure could use a picture of a dick right now. Jeez. Somebody email one. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God, not that again. It wouldn't be an entirely straightforward process to sell a project involuntarily through dreams. The potential advertising campaign would have to be linked to adverts people see while they are awake. Strict Gold said it could potentially be done by playing a certain sound every time a product, a Coors beer or a Coors album, for example, is seen during a television or YouTube advert.
Jesus.
So couple it with this.
That's like
Like
hypnosis.
Pavlov.
Yeah, it's like hypnosis or Pavlovian.
Social media has already kind of streamlined what you're interested in to funneling towards you. So everything you're already kind of interested in, they start buying ads. So you wake up and just start like buying porn, drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, like everything that person's already interested in, it might just start getting more addictive with it.
Fuck.
Because they're not going to shoot shit at you that you're not already interested in looking at. You just wake up.
That's
and be
what
like,
that was saying, right?
Yeah. Fuck, I need some new bed sheets.
And if you don't want to sleep so you don't have to do it, then you have to buy like meth or something that they'll also sell you.
Yeah.
Jesus. That escalated quickly.
This new kind of meth, you sleep and you're awake at the same time. Like somehow it tricks your brain. So you just never have to sleep again. That's like torture.
That sounds awful. Okay, replaying that sound while someone is sleeping, potentially through a home device, would, in theory, then trigger dreams about how nice it would be to drink a beer, or listen to an Irish guitar, or listen to an Irish guitar and violin-driven musical ensemble.
Those two examples don't fit though, because like one's just like a,
Well,
you're
they're
not going to
using
take
it-
Irish guitar to the extreme, but substances, that's a very scary thought, man. We're already kind of biologically driven to get addicted to those pleasure seeking things
Yeah.
that have like a quick payoff that makes a big difference.
Well, I mean, could you imagine, though, if they were to do this and then you find yourself with this like overwhelming urge to listen to like Gwen Stefani or something?
Changes your whole image.
You know?
I become like one of those K-pop guys from fucking Singapore or whatever. God, why has Eric got that Kim Jong-il haircut?
It's a sobering thought, and in an effort to avoid such scenarios, the June letter called for stricter regulation on advertising to prevent products being thrust into dreams. Strict Gold said the Federal Trade Commission already restricts some subliminal advertising, such as the flashing of words or images during the films or TV shows, and would be able to intervene. So they restrict subliminal advertising already, apparently.
Tell all of your friends and family to listen to Japtalion and this guy.
Is that what that just
Shit.
said?
You know what though? I never thought of this. I listened to there's albums I used to listen to for sleeping,
Kiss. Oh.
and they're on YouTube, and I'll listen to them sometimes because they're like a
Oh.
4-hour CD.
I do too. Yeah,
I do
I've
that
listened
too.
to an
They play
11-hour.
commercials every once in a while on YouTube.
While you're
so
sleeping,
I'm
yeah.
listening to these commercials while I'm fucking sleeping
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, I listen to like Cryo Chamber. It's like it'll be like an 8-hour song, but it'll be interrupted with commercials.
Yeah.
And sometimes the commercials will wake me up.
Wow. We're already it's already set up for them to do this.
It's kind of like we've already been doing it, maybe.
Yeah.
Dadgum. Well, in the subliminal advertising, I mean, I remember during Satanic Panic, a lot of us were like, that's fucking nonsense. Even if it does say, hail Satan, fuck God, or what the fuck ever, it's not really doing anything to me. But, they're banning it. So maybe there is some scientific reasoning behind banning subliminal advertising.
I would think in this day it would be more scientific reasoning than moral reasoning for doing it. Back then, Satanic Panic, like you said, I remember we moved into this house and my mom had a roommate move in to the enclosed carport area. And the girl used to babysit us when we got home from school, and she played the new Def Leppard album. And she was like, listen to this. And she turned it way the fuck up. And you could hear like this little robot voice saying, Jesus of Nazareth, go to hell. And
wow.
we were like, God, turn it off. But, that's subliminal because she had to turn that shit way the fuck up for us to hear it. But it's there,
Right. Who knows
Crazy,
what kind
man.
of effect that
Yeah.
has.
Apparently it
Apparently
had
something.
the effect of causing Morgan to
Love Def Leppard.
become a Catholic.
Oh,
Become a Catholic. I was born Catholic.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're born Catholic. I remember now.
he's got that huge Def Leppard tattoo on his back.
Cut off one of my arms.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Play the hell out of a drum.
All right. One way we could go in the U.S. is to get a ruling from the FTC that any attempts to manipulate people while they're sleeping, whether it's specifically through dream induction or through other processes of sleep-dependent learning, would similarly count an unfair trade as an unfair trade process. Strickgold said.
But then people just have to justify some other reason that they put it in there, right? They would like, instead of saying we're putting this thing in this to affect you while you're dreaming, they would just have to figure out another reason to say that they're putting
Yeah.
it in there.
Terms and conditions thing that you have to sign off on for your phone or what the fuck ever.
By the way, we have a new update. This is what's new, and you just check it because he's got time to read all that stuff.
And if you
besides
say
Joseph's
no,
dad.
then you can't use your fucking phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
you no longer have a phone.
Yeah, which means you're no longer a participant in the planet.
What did Joseph just say?
Can't use your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Which means you're no longer a participant in the planet.
I think I agreed to that with mental health meds somewhere along the way. You can no longer have a sex drive or an erection, but you can have joy in life again and other things.
Just without sex.
Yeah.
It's a
With
trade-off.
No sex,
Everything
no
costs
erections.
something. The commission is yet to comment on whether it will wade into the issue.
Which commission? The FCC?
FTC.
FTC, Federal Trade Commission.
Oh,
Federal
okay.
Trade Commission, yeah.
Okay.
Even as researchers say some companies are actively examining the potential to worm their way into dreams. Our slumber may be safe at the moment, but scientists believe this is a real threat.
I like how that was put. Our slumber may be safe at the moment, but this is a real threat.
We believe that proactive action and new protective policies are urgently needed, Strickgold and his fellow sleep experts wrote, to keep advertisers from manipulating one of the last refuges of our already beleaguered conscious and unconscious minds, our dreams.
And who knows what unintended consequences. I was thinking about that earlier today. In sociology, one of the concepts that I remember learning about that I guess happens, you just don't think about, is the dysfunctional things that happen because of something you implement. It's like all what you say it in a religious way, all paths to hell are paved in good intentions or something
the
like
road
that.
to hell's paved with good
Right.
intentions.
Yeah.
So, like with everything you implement that alters human behavior in some way, there's going to be unintended consequences. So, that may affect the quality of our fucking sleep, or it may just start affecting other parts of our personality.
Yeah.
It could cause some new type of neurodivergence, like a different type of autism or something. Who fucking knows?
Wow.
What it could do. I mean, I'm not in any
No,
way
but you
saying
start-
autism's caused by that. Let me clear that up.
Yeah.
But who knows? You start fucking with the brain.
Right.
in a
yeah.
rest
I could
period,
totally
'cause-
see that.
That's important to the brain. That rest period time is integral to people.
And so if you're
functioning.
making your brain work while you're sleeping, because that's kind of what it's doing, yeah, there could be something to what
Yeah.
you're saying there, Eric.
Yeah, because it's no longer doing the freestyle thing that it does when you sleep.
Right. Now it's being controlled and it's asked to concentrate on this and
It's processing new information when typically you don't.
yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know, I read, well, I didn't read, but when I was in elementary school, there was this book that we were reading about some crazy elementary school with like crazy teachers and shit like that. I can't remember the name of it. You would know it if I fucking said it. But there was this one story in this book where this kid went to sleep and the teacher was like, yeah, let him sleep because he'll learn while he's sleeping because, you know, you pick up more information while you're sleeping, you know? And I remember my teacher being like, this is a thing, you know, we can absorb information while we're sleeping if somebody's giving information while we're sleeping, you know?
Yeah.
That does happen to me sometimes when I'm sleeping. If an alarm's going off or something, it becomes like a thing in my head.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't line up. Like a car will, instead of be making a car sound, will be sound like the alarm on my phone, you know, for a
I've
period of
remembered
time.
conversations that happened when I was coming out of sleep, but I was still sleeping, but other people were in the room talking. Mm-hmm. Like later, it would kind of come to me like, "Were you talking about da 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 da?" It used to happen when I lived with this guy named Chris, and there was like a lot of people always over at my house.
Yeah.
I'd be napping on the couch, but I could recall later people talking about stuff.
I specifically remember, I don't know if this really goes into this, but one time, you know how sometimes you'll be fucking playing a game so much that when you close your eyes, you see the fucking game.
Yes.
Of course you guys know.
Yes.
Well, it used to happen to me with work stuff where I'd be running so much fucking conduit that when I closed my eyes, I would just see rows of fucking conduit, you know, through this building that I'm working in. One time I dreamt I was having trouble on a job running some pipe. And, you know, because the bends can get real intricate and, you know, you can only put so many degrees of bend in one run of pipe before you got to set a box to pull through.
360.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
Look at Joseph. But I was trying to figure out this one thing on a job and I dreamt the solution to it. Got up the next morning and I was like, I fucking know what to do.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah.
I've thought of clapper video ideas when I wake up.
Wow.
I've
That's
I've
badass.
had that. Yeah. When I'm like focused on trying to think of funny things or whatever. Yeah. I've come up straight out of sleep and thought this would be a really funny video and immediately wrote it down.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, so the dream's an active place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started wondering about when we start sending people to Mars to populate Mars, which is obvious to me going to be a fucking slave situation. That's why I'm not going. Nobody's going to ask me anyway. But they're probably going to have to sleep for a long portion of that trip
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
so that they don't, you know, they'll probably have some kind of like sleep they'll put them into.
Yeah.
So they don't have people milling around like eating food and urinating everywhere or whatever.
Unless we
You know?
figure out how to manipulate wormholes where we can send people through them.
And we're off on another tangent.
Because I believe that wormholes' existence is pretty much figured out that it can and does happen, but very small wormholes. So the thought is that if they could create one but open it up big enough, so if they could send people through a wormhole, that's like taking you. It's like space is a flat piece of paper, and you just bend it over where 2 points that are far away are now touching. If we could do that, they wouldn't be sleeping. But the technology we have now, yeah, they need to like hibernate, I guess.
Yeah, you just go through the Stargate and then you're at the other end of the Stargate on Mars somewhere.
Yeah. And you see, you know, the future you who's like, don't do this, go back. And you
Yeah.
don't listen to him.
Yeah,
It's like that Matthew McConaughey movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was a sad
He's
movie.
knocking books
Yeah.
off the shelf or whatever. Yeah.
Merv. What was her name? Merv? Did
Oh,
we
I
call her
can't
Merv
remember.
or
Yeah, I
something?
can't remember.
Merv.
That was a good ass
Yeah.
movie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, damn, man. Oh, Joseph.
That
That's a
is
good
Interstellar.
movie. Interstellar.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
That was the end of my article.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
It just
Shit.
kind of ended abruptly.
That was a good article.
It was a good topic.
Damn, what the fuck, man? So they're going to try and fucking infiltrate our sleep, infiltrate our dreams.
You know what else I thought of? Morgan said he liked the way they phrased a certain thing. They said worm themselves into your dreams. That kind of sounds like rape, doesn't it? Like worm your way in while they're sleeping.
No wonder Morgan liked it.
Well, wow. That wasn't the thing you liked. Jesus. Worm
It
your
was an
way in.
interesting choice of words, in my opinion. Yeah. Because that's like a thing that happens when you're dead. The worms.
Worm.
The
Ooh,
worms come
yeah.
in. You know?
Or you worry. Y'all used to get freaked out about like earworms that could like
The
go in there and
earwigs?
eat your brain or something.
Yeah. Star Trek
And they
2,
start
Wrath of
talking
Khan.
to you in there. Oh, yeah. Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, you're familiar with this.
Joseph understood a reference.
Star
I
Trek.
get that reference.
Well, when we started at the beginning of this, we were talking about something. I started thinking about Star Trek. in Star Trek, they have like the alien, like the other races, like
Yeah.
say the Klingons, who are like real warlike or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Then there's like that other race with the big ears or something.
The
who are
Romulans
like
or the Vulcans.
yeah, there's like entire races obsessed with like logic or science or war or commerce or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they
yeah,
kind of
because the
represent,
Ferengis
like-
are like hustlers and
Yeah, they like represent like different characteristics of being human in a way.
wow.
You know what I'm
Joseph.
saying? So I was wondering about that. I was like, I mean, what are we really? Are we like the warlike people, or where are we going to evolve to? Are
Hopefully
we gonna
something cool, because right now we're
become
kind of
Ferengis?
douchebaggy.
Yeah, we're kind of lame right now.
We're kind of flailing around. We do a little bit of everything right
Have you
now.
ever seen like Zach and Connor? They're like out there in pastel colored fucking thigh high shorts and throwing a frisbee at a chained net.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds awful.
You talking about frisbee golf? Like
I'm
anybody
just
playing
talking about
frisbee golf?
dorks. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
talking about
Zach
like
and Connor.
douchebags. Yeah.
Yeah, listen up, Zach and Connor. Well, we still have like Temple of Shaolin or something. Like people getting really heavy in their thoughts and meditations.
Well, it's the culture.
That gives you some
know?
hope.
It's culture.
There's some hope there, you know?
Yeah.
Tibetan monks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Maybe that'll be the
Boom.
way we go.
All right.
Anyway, that was my topic.
That was a good topic.
Good topic.
Mm-hmm. Good article.
Hot topic.
Nope.
Nope. We're
No.
not doing the hot topic anymore.
No,
Yeah.
no more.
So I guess that's it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
It's like we've never
people
done
do
this
that.
before.
People tune in.
How do we end this?
Yeah.
Have a good morning.
Have a good evening.
Hot topic.
All right. I'm ready to rock.
All right. I've got a full minute of us talking about bullshit.
It's like I can't trust gravity anymore.
Uh-huh. What do you guys think? Y'all want to record?
Yeah, hopefully
Was
Eric
that the
will win this
decision?
one so I can watch the game.
Joseph would just be checked out the whole episode. Oh, let me open my coin flip app.
I guess I can open my thing in case I do my tool pick.
Maybe this needs to be up a little more. There we go. Semi truck.
You can always tell.
I thought
Oh,
you
yeah.
meant. Yeah.
Learn how to spell.